And now it's just about busting out of the halls, but Yabby at back plat, Device with dualies over at car. This can be a very strong setup. If Yabby can take 1 or 2 down and take the teeth out of the attack, they have a chance to hold on.
Yabby lies away to the back of the platform. There goes the first pick, Cadian coming in as well. And Device hasn't even connected a kill yet, but eventually should, and he'll get one from the back of the car. But Electronic making his last-ditch effort through middle. His teammate already inside of the site. Icy can get that bomb plant, and Electronic has 2 extremely low CTs towards him, and Icy actually got both.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for this team to get back to the top. The COVID, the online era really ruined them, that whole
Despite
breakup
making
process.
the moves, it feels like they should, right? They bring Device back.
Yeah, but I mean, if you remember though too, like, I mean, they missed some critical moves in there when the Heroic team was on the rise, when Copenhagen Wolves...
it feels like they made the moves at the wrong time.
Copenhagen Flames were making those runs. I mean, they missed a lot of the young talent as well that was coming up, trying to hold on to some of the old talent for maybe a little bit too long, and now they just haven't been able to find the right solution in terms of the roster.
And Cadian's getting more information for his squad as he pushes up top middle. So it's on Yabby. And I don't know if VP are going to be ready for him in this position. So should be at least able to get one. And they line up, in fact. They're going to block each other. And Fame walks in front of Electronic, eclipsing his vision. And Yabby still standing. Throws utility down, gets his gun out, and a second kill is massive from Yabby. It's down now, applying pressure to Flit, who collects that bomb again. But Device is rotated over. He'll watch in the doors. In fact, he'll climb to the window. Just spots the back of Flit. The timing every second here for Device is a little unfortunate. He'll connect his shot, not enough damage to bring Flit down, and in fact, he still gets away even from the flames. So Icy on the other side of the map, 25 seconds for that bomb to make a beeline.
I don't think he can get around. I mean, I think it's just going to end up saving, but Icy certainly wants a pick. And yeah, Flit's just kind of lollygagging in T-spawn, so he's just going to sit back, save the AK-47, same with the AWP. Round 6.
I'm sure it's quite difficult for a player like Flamus to adapt to.
Hey, they've simplified it now.
He goes up to the front, yeah.
Let's just march up catwalk. Here we go. Oh, the lower part of the totem pole is knocked down, so Device feeling nervous with the op. He's going to come back. Missed shot from Icy, and Device just gets lost in the chaos.
He doesn't take a shot. He just his gun jammed. Well, it's Stare going to be sitting down. Ooh, sees the heads, and eventually gets one kill, but traded back by Flit.
Yeah,
more of an acceleration from VP.
That's a weird look from Device. I don't really know what happened.
He's like, he got overwhelmed. There's so many targets.
I know, it's like sensory overload. His body just refused to respond and react. So 4-2. Up on Device out towards long, and he misses. The shot goes down to Flit.
Yeah, Flit with the opener. Here's Cadian to try and respond to the top mid push, but Flamus just swings him. Important for Astralis that this down was on short. Doesn't equalize the numbers, but certainly keeps it within touching distance. Here goes Stare out from the CT peak into the long fight. And now the numbers are even. And VP will take that, and they'll slow down. They've got a minute 20. They're fully committed out long. Astralis are going to drop players back. They haven't confirmed the remaining spots of all 3 players in VP. And so they play behind the smokes, giving Virtus.pro access to the A bomb site while Astralis try to reposition up to short. So there's going to be a plant situation going down in just a second here, which will leave Astralis in a 3v3 retake.
Yes, it will, and 2 players coming out towards long. Do they want to swing and double up on this fight from Icy, or they want to try and bait and switch with a 1-for-1 with a lurk? They're both going to come out. Good flashbang. Icy's in trouble.
They had a chance there before the flash pop, just couldn't connect the shot, but stays alive. There's the peak. Icy with 2 kills before falling to Yabby. Quick shots on the sniper. Here goes Yabby to try and win it 1v2. Electronic and then Fame, but it's VP to extend their lead to 5-2.
Hopefully both of these teams can find those levels at some point during this series to qualify for the playoffs here at Bucharest.
Oh, through the smoke. Oh, Flamus, that is ridiculous. Astralis come into this round after waiting for another bye, and immediately it gets destroyed.
We're seeing a lot of teams do this now, is like kind of mess with their utility timings. I mean, this one is just kind of walking through your own smoke, so it's a little bit crazy, but you can see part of what allows them to take advantage of it is You see that smoke, and Cadian's thinking it's a smoke for Catwalk. He's going to break it open to get information, maybe find a fight, and actually the push coming through it is just the complete opposite of what he expects based on the utility.
Yeah, I mean, that second shot from Flamus is also just nuts.
Yeah, the transfer is pretty nasty.
Yeah. Well, that's where I like it. This VP team do have a lot of options in terms of how they can play rounds, though, because of the pieces they've now got inside of the squad. Like, you can just send Flamus in. There's 2 rounds so far on this T side where they've just sent him up short early. He's got the entry, and then this round, he just wins it from his mid-push through the smoke. So you have chances to do that. Now, Device is under so much pressure. He's doing well, but eventually just too many players coming at him. He just can't hold on to the AWP.
That's a hard round to swallow if you're...
None down mid.
What the hell? Flitz dropped his.
He's kind of flexing a different move, and it hasn't worked out. In fact, that's a very expensive decision. Yabi and Device, 2 opening kills here for Astralis, should be able to convert this into their 3rd round victory.
Yeah, this should be all fine. They can play a pretty standard defense at this point.
They were going for the old Fnatic style of play through top mid.
Oh, they had an op to like pick mid. I think one had the long spawn that he went for. Yeah, they had a couple different options with it, and just trying to find an early pick with the ops. You had so much money with only 2 rounds remaining. So just trying to hopefully find Astralis checking for something with those AWPs, maybe thinking they're going to switch into an aggressive idea with the scoreline.
Turns out to be one of the best rounds Astralis have had yet. Fame is left alone, making his way through middle. And bang from Device.
Yeah, right between the eyes.
Virtus.pro's stand-back approach allows them to dodge the initial utility. And they'll go through that initial phase, and then Molotov close short, smoke the mid doors, and group up a B. Now, we've seen a lot of early B success for Virtus.pro. They're going to try and close the half the way they open with a B hit this time towards Cadian. Didn't see the player just crossing down behind that smoke, and now the head shows, but no kill. And so Cadian's under a lot of pressure to round out this half. What a shot from Fame. He got that kill on Yabi. Quick shot from Cadian, under pressure, gone. And now Electronic on low HP. Device mollied out at the window, but not enough yet for Astralis. He hit that shot. So many wild moments in this round, but Astralis not catching a break. Damage is not enough.
Yeah, they don't have any HE grenades to really finish those off quickly. A couple Molotovs. Stound can place his to the back of the platform. That would flush out Icy. That would make things really awkward for him at low HP. But a tough retake despite the low health on Icy and Electronic. And with utility still up, with the kind of nice, easy tactic VP ran, they got plenty of smokes to drop in the choke points after the fact.
Star waiting to peek. Good kill off the back of the platform. Needs a second quickly. He'll get it, but traded by Flit. Device alone, and the rifle in his hands. It's not enough. Electronic closes, tucked down beneath the window.
Actually, a nice attempt at the retake. That comes very, very close. 1v1. Device had a chance at it. Hard to figure out where Electronic's going to be. Stayed quiet throughout that whole engagement. Electronic and Fame starting to get a little bit more curious over at the B bomb site, but still just the one defender here. So Flamus is going to have to call teammates over, and they're going to be late because Astralis has just picked up the pace.
Yeah, he realizes that. He wanted to jump up, but they're already on the site. Long flanks quick here for Flit. He activates into a single kill. He'll just take a pause and allow his teammates to reposition. He'll become a later piece.
Yeah, he'll become a late lurk. Stair didn't seem prepared for that fight whatsoever. Okay, well, there's footsteps in CT spawn. Now, Cadian's going to try and wrap all the way around Catwalk, but they can hear this the whole way. He still wins the fight, and now they come in for the retake.
Dude, I love that from Cadian. Just running around, jumping, but Fame now getting in. Couple of headshots. Cadian coming up through short side. Yabi's trying to deal with Flit at long, and he's going to go into that fight, but the defuse is happening. Kill from Yabi. Defuse all the way. Fame's low in HP, but he's sticking it. He's got protection. One bullet saves it. So a nice attempt on the defuse, but the full 10-second stick will allow Astralis the pistol.
So painful with that 10-second stick coming in. With the way that Astralis like improvised and dropped into CT spawn, a Device over at Car kind of gets the bus thrown at him. He just has no more cover to prevent anyone. That's a nice sequence.
One of the fastest aces I've seen.
All 5.
That is one of the fastest aces I have seen in a long time. Just a conveyor belt straight in towards him. Well, in terms of fast rounds, that's one.
We like those eco rounds. That's the eco round we enjoy.
Bringing us the entertainment value, getting into the real round straight away, and Stound kicking things off with an opening kill for Astralis.
Which is actually huge when you consider that Virtus.pro started with 4 players out towards long. They obviously put a lot of resources there with the express goal of controlling long, of getting control of long, and that kill just comes out so quick they don't want to mess with it. 5-on-4 for Astralis. And Devices found himself an upgrade.
Little hot rod. Ooh, some damage done. But Electronic gets away with it. Device trying to sell a little bit more presence than is really there, and Astralis is going to be sending 4 players up through short.
I think Device has done a really good job just because, miss smoke in middle for VP, but, for Astralis, it's all good. They're coming up catwalk. We'll finish that thought later. Good kill. That's the round.
That's the round. You can finish the thought now.
Yeah, I can. I think Device did a good job. I think it was relatively obvious to VP that it was just one player causing a distraction with the way he was shooting and the way he was firing and jumping around and playing behind the smoke. I think they could tell it was one person trying to like puff up his chest and sound like 3 people. And that might have been what caused that shift towards CT spawn that just creates the perfect timing for a catwalk play.
In terms of finding the comeback, Astralis taking all the right steps at the start of the second half. Icy holding on to the save is super important here. Device actually got 1 extra kill. Can Icy hold on? No! Oh, losing 2 players at the end. That is a problem. Yabby going through the CT smoke. Has he just found the gap? Well, Electronic currently holding it for the moment, and the patience from Electronic, he's very aware of this possibility. And look at that, he was so focused on getting that pick on Yabby. 35 seconds left, Astralis moving to the site. They've got a 4v4, the plant is coming in, and it comes down to the retake here for VP.
And they're going to risk a lot for this. Icy with the op, still out towards long though. Good shot from Fame, and now it can begin. But Icy hasn't started scaling yet.
Stair keeps his head down, but he's blinded. Peeks on up. It's going to be Cadian and Stair combining with Stown, leaving Icy 1v2. No kit on his back. And he realizes not much of a chance, so he's going to actually not even go for this. Run back down long, and Astralis have now got 8 rounds. There was a kit down as well.
They're starting to get really worked on this map.
Quick out from Stown at long. Commitment in behind the blue bin. Stown looking to tap. He's got Device charging with him into the corner. Device is sacrificial. Stown to respawn. Now Electronic elevated on the platform, spotted. Bullets rattle towards him. He can't handle that pressure. And now we looked at this AWP that was saved in the previous round. Icy needs to find impact.
I'm surprised he didn't see Stown's head. I thought he would just spam him down through the smoke. Such low HP. Gonna go for some reaggress, but Cadian is holding this.
Sever off the information flow to Fame as he peeks towards. And so they're gonna rotate, flit away from long. He's gone back down towards CT, leaving Icy at the car to watch long.
He'll have a chance. We mentioned he's having a good game, but his kills haven't felt like they've had the most impact in terms of winning the rounds, but he's going to have a chance here.
And he'll nail that shot on Stown. That was y'all peeking it towards him. Second kill for Icy. This is huge. He's going to freeze them out along 25 seconds. The Astralis held in position. Icy gets another chance and another shot. 20 seconds. Stair's got to move. Flitzen started that CT smoke. Stair seems to be aware, but did not see a barrel tip through that smoke at all, so Flit has got the flank at the perfect timing. He's starting to move forward, but there's a long peek coming in, and Flit with patience. He'll peek out for a double-figure round here for VP. It's faded away.
What did he do? Like accidentally right-click?
He must have done that, yeah. Just drop his own smoke. He'll toss the smoke out into a CT spawn.
I think there's another missed smoke. Yeah, I think they tried. I think both of those smokes missed. Now CT smoke is there.
Not great though. It was a little. Looks like there's a little gap on the left side, but
seems like they wanted. Yeah, there's a massive gap. So yeah, both smokes missed, and they wasted one on the initial throw. So a really rough round.
Back to the drawing board with that one. And they've also lost their first pick. So VP teed up for 11 rounds here. Flamus though going down to the smoke. That's one way to get a kill back if you're Astralis. Cadian Have to deal with the tunnels push eventually coming his way. Fame knocks him on his ass in from behind. 25 seconds. Astralis still committed to their final long play. VP with no one in the sight, but it's the electronic flank around the back, and Device gets caught, hands busy. Stare and Stown still fighting on.
Dude.
And so it's Flit 1v2. Those final 2 kills have put Astralis back into a winning position, and a flick down from Stown. Fantastic reaction. And Astralis able to turn this round in their favor despite it looking miserable throughout.
It's Fame and Flit inside the B bomb site. Icy at the railing with an op. Electronic out towards long. Flamus at the corner. Meanwhile, Astralis is out middle where you'll notice I said no defenders are present.
Fame hides in the car. It's Flit with a double from the window, but Fame's gonna lose his life. So now the pressure really is on Flit, about to get split. And he'll wait at the site, but it's all about this shot. And Stare comes in from window. Back of the head. Icy with an important kill, keeping his team ahead in the player count, but Device could trade it back. Device could immediately trade it back, but doesn't want to overextend out of the window.
There's going to be a double lurk in towards Halls too, so which one of the 2 players actually handles that? If it's Cadian playing on, like here, like that, this isn't going to work.
Well, they could move out of the doors.
They need to get aggressive out the doors, or they need to reposition.
Well, Device is starting to realize that move is required, but he immediately loses his head. So it's Cadian in the clutch again, and this time unable to get anything going. So 11 rounds for Virtus.pro. They take the lead.
Yeah, that's a nice job. Flit over at the window.
That was sick though. I really like that. You know, you molly yourself in the tunnels, then you drift into the lower.
They were landing it the other day when we watched them as well, which is the real head scratcher. Is like you guys were hitting this just a day or 2 ago. I remember seeing it.
A lot can change.
So one up on Catwalk. It's Cadian who's got tons of space in that sense.
30 seconds.
Yeah, one more in pit though. Will you expect Electronic? The answer's no.
Nope.
Oh, Trigger Discipline could win the day. They check.
But he still gets 2, make it nearly 3. He held down Mouse 1. Here's Icy in the sight. Goodbye, Stown. Good night. As Cadian has 18 seconds left to try and get to the bomb site. He actually has managed to find the pathway. So bomb picked up. He can go for the plant now, but oh, just seeing Fame at short. Goes for the fight, and so close. But yet so far. And without a bomb plant, without the round victory.
So let's see what they've come up with. Tech-9's a MAC-10 on Stown. And towards the B bomb site we go.
Here comes the charge right into Fame, and he's got 1 second before his bullets run out. But it's Flit to come and make sure that he puts an end to this map. Astralis have one last chance, and it's heroics required here from Device. Electronic going to make sure Device does not even get a single kill. And Virtus.pro from a 9-3 half to nearly allowing the comeback from Astralis, but they get the job done right at the end. 13-10 on Dust 2.
Maybe Shadow Daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
Yeah, let's see what Train is going to be. I think it's quite a risk of Astralis to take it here in the sense that this map, hasn't fully been figured out, and obviously teams still new on it, probably practice against each other.
Sometimes it's good to make a calculated risk, Jason.
Yeah, that's fair.
Straight out into the open. Electronic straight through the smoke. Cadian's gone, and that plant is going to come through. Yabby confirming it, and Icy looking to just peek out from hell. Still stuck down in his position, and eventually enough bullets will be sent his direction that he no longer stands on his feet. So Astralis 4v4 post plant. Remember, VP have got a kit. It's available on the back of Flamus, who has just taken the head straight off Stown. Yabby up next, eventually going to be taken out himself. So Device out from Olaf. Smoke onto the bomb. Defuse can be stuck if they desire, but they're not sticking it because the kit's getting picked up at the moment by Flit, and eventually Electronic to bring down Device.
Yeah, nice round from Electronic. It's his first kill just from Z, just taking a blind shot through smoke. Finds that kill, but a nice cleanup at the end onto Device.
AK is on 4 for Astralis, MAC-10 for Cadian, and Flamus, look at this aggression. Steps being heard, he knows, and he holds down Mouse 1, and Flit takes all the glory.
What do you do now? 3 versus 5, and Utility still up in the choke points, and there's been plenty of time for those players, Flamus and Flit, to just fall back from Pop Dog and reconvene towards main.
Well, that's one way to get one of the kills back.
Yeah, actually, VP's got to be careful. The re-aggression, that little push into the smoke is like, you got a 2-man advantage. Why do you feel like you need to do that? Actually, now you've put everyone in a weird place. Device finds a nice timing. Oh, they could be in trouble. Icy not here at the right moment, and Device finds a pick. And now Electronic pinned down, forced to make a play forward.
Has to fight his way out of this. Fame getting caught as Device just kept moving forward into Connector, and VP, you get a clean 2-man opener, you get away with it, and then you just throw everything back in Astralis' way. Now Flammers, he's got a chance to still win this round, but they've got the read and Star's got the perfect position. I don't know how that round ended up being so easy for Astralis in the end.
Yeah, that's an ugly round played from Virtus.pro after the opening 2 kills. I don't know what's going on, but that's way too much proactivity and aggression. Like pushing through a smoke in a 5-on-3, losing a death that way.
Yeah, I mean, you were about to get the perfect start on the CT side. You win the pistol, second round conversion, first gun round's coming up, and you just destroy Astralis instantly in a Pop Dog push. Then you give it all back. Stair staying committed forward. Felt like he got a good timing in front of that utility, and Device just goes right through.
There's an odd peak for Flit though. Had the information that they were just coming out main, and I don't know. Let's see what Electronic can do from here. Lined up against the wall right outside Pop, eats a flashbang, but they didn't spot him falling back to the bomb site. One player over in Pop as well for Virtus.pro's defense.
Damn.
Beautiful. Beautiful from Yabby.
He's got the good read as well to check over towards Pop. You got Fame currently positioned in there.
They're coming back to the B bomb site, and the player in Pop hears all that, so even though there was a Molotov, he's held at bay for the moment. You know, Yabby was in main, so the attack is a little bit split, but all the AKs are having success.
Yeah, and this, I think VP have just lost track of Astralis. They don't know where they are at the moment. They know the bomb's down at B, but there's still plenty of players here on the A bomb site. Flammers can't get away with it. Stown nailed the rotation. You know, we've seen Electronic come in, and as soon as he comes through that connector is the last-ditch effort to hold the B bomb site. Stown grabs that headshot. So many upsets this week. My favorite one so far has been the complexity win over FaZe.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that one as well.
yeah, definitely unexpected. Flit with 2 kills holding onto the B bomb site, but we've seen them in this position before, Jason.
We'll give some realistic, let Astralis step forward into the trap that we can create.
Electronic pinned in the corner, and Stown will fall. Only 1 kill so far from Astralis. It's thanks to Starry. He knows that Electronic's still in hell, but getting into that fight, impossible because he has to cross a boosted Flammis. And Device is now stuck with 5 seconds on the clock. Got to save that AK-47. He's got money in the bank, so he's going to try and fight out a little bit early here. Now getting spammed down. Does so much damage. Close to a kill, but not able to pick it up. Yabby mollying that Pop Dog push. And Icy and Ivy. Big flash into the peak. Double kill before traded. And with a minute left, Astralis have a 3v4 on the T side.
I think he even saw the additional 2 after he goes down. Like as he dies, the death cam shows off that Device and Cadian are both there as well. Good peek from Fame.
Now they know that Cadian's low. And the swing from Electronic to confirm the kill. Bomb down, and Yabby in an impossible situation. VP go to 4-3.
I feel like that's a good round. I mean, I feel like Ivy on this map has been something I think that just doesn't get a whole lot of love from teams, just because look at when you put resources there, it's so hard to break in. So many angles you have to check, and throughout this entire way, you're susceptible to jiggle peeks with the AWP, susceptible to that flashbang thrown from the bomb site with safety that can set anyone up. You can just see how uncomfortable Stown's like, I'm going to go check the flank for a little bit, I guess, because we can't really do anything with the smokes up anyways.
Oh, good flash from Electronic. Fame just peeks right into Yabby.
Yeah, this round is thrown all to hell. Really nice defense from Virtus.pro.
Kill comes back, though. Fame hangs around inside of the smoke. Is that going to be enough for Astralis to dig themselves out of this hole? Star would need to follow up quite quickly here. Cadian's also gone down. Tough round still for Astralis. 25 seconds left. The final rotations coming in. There's even a flank being set up here for Flit around the back. Icy's got another kill on Device. Stare it down in the sights. Down, left on default. Bomb not in his possession. Very slowly creeping down that ramp is Flit, so he's got that pick, no problem. 5-3 for VP.
You could tell this round was screwed, like when all 5 players are there, more smokes come in, you see Stown kind of slipping back. It was like they missed the timing to where they felt like they could have hit it, and then the timing just turned into... I just wonder if they're going to have what it takes to break through. You'd imagine they would, considering this is their map pick. They had to have been very confident in what they can bring to bear on the T side. Nice trade from Stown. Immediate Deagle headshot onto Electronic. Flit's kind of stuck out in the open, so Stown might have a chance to duel into this. Jiggling into the fight, and he's got another.
2 out from Stown. And Device gets another on the Deagle. So suddenly Astralis erupt with an opportunity at 30 seconds. The bomb's going to try and get back into the B bomb site, and there's no one here. So they're going to get the plant at least.
Yeah, you know Icy's the Ivy player, so good call from Cadian to make this run. However, Flamus is going to hear these footsteps on Stown on the flank, who's got to be really cautious about Pop Dog. But can you get past? There's the peek. Ooh!
Very lucky.
You got a chance.
Gets the shot on the chest as well. Icy moving in, trying to get rid of Cadian, who's so low on health. Icy eventually does so with the dual Berettas, and Stown having a fight on 2 fronts. Goes back to Flamus, got that kill. Now Icy into the site, and Stown disappears around Thomas. Icy silently slinks his way up the ladder. He's on top, right on top, but Stown's got the read, but the dual Berettas bear down on him. And the fist bumps come in, they still celebrate. Oh, Cadian through the smoke. Good start here for Flamus. Looking to try and continue some of that momentum from the previous round into here, but Electronic making sure VP keep numbers even. A lot of space taken inside of this A bomb site though for Astralis while the smokes are still up. Fame pushes out. He causes some problems here. Cadian spotted next, but Astralis still fighting and cutting through the defense. 2v2 after the initial skirmishes, but all that utility's faded away. So there's no longer the cover of the smokes to make a plant feel comfortable, and the bomb still needs to be picked up. It's on the ground in the open. And with Device gone, it's all on Cadian.
He's got time. He's got a minute to work with, so he can be patient.
He just doesn't have all the info of the whereabouts of the second player, but they walk into him, and Icy able to capitalize on the fact that Cadian's health was dropped to half.
Oh man, this is really getting ragged now for Astralis. 2 rounds remaining in this first half. Windows and sandwiches are completely different. Flit's going to be playing there, swings in as the smoke is broken open, and wants a little bit more aggression, but a late flashbang catches him, and now Astralis can push forward.
Electronic speed, really effective in terms of getting those kills back, but didn't find himself the opportunity to equalize here.
Oh, Astralis is actually using the defensive smokes against Virtus.pro because there's no information being found, so they've moved around the map and are going to attack from different angles, and Device has the winning play.
I love this, through the back lines.
He's not a guy to go for a knife, but he could go for a knife.
Is that what you want, Jason?
I kind of do.
I want him to take the kill.
Get the knife.
Flamus, sound cue. Give it away, Device to take the pick. 1 minute left, he can either go back to B or try and split the A bomb site, as they've actually backtracked and are going to go through Pop instead.
Yeah, I think he called for them to rotate back because he could flank the B bomb site, but they just said, no, we're coming out Pop. And I mean, either option is going to be very strong. Device has a jump on Icy, gives the position out to Stown, who cleans him up. 4th round, Astralis putting another good round on the board.
Here's quick from Star. Straight out towards the E-box, couldn't get the second kill, nor could Yabby. Flit outmatches 2 AKs with his little MP9. 4v3 here for Virtus.pro, and Fame comes through Pop. Surely he gets the line up here, and he does. It's going to be 8 rounds on the CT side unless Stown can pull a 1v3, and he gets peaked immediately. MP9's looking strong for VP to round out an 8-4 half.
Yeah, this time they can't even get out of the staging area of that T-yard, right? They're not even getting past the slanted train.
.25 seconds. That's all they've got left to make the final thrust forward into the bomb site. Stown slowing them down. 2 shots in, but Icy back-to-back with the P250. 15 seconds, get into the bomb site. Device stops that bomb from making it across, and now it comes down to kills. Flit's got to leap in. He could save the day if he gets that bomb back now, but he's just got enough time if he starts it, but it might be
I think
close.
he's got it. He's got it.
Oh, just about. Final tick on it. Device 1v2 clutch with a USP required. We know this is his comfort zone, but can he get it done?
8 shots.
He usually only needs a few, but Fame to peek into the open, Device to go down, and that last second plant saves the round for VP.
That's a huge pistol round for Virtus.pro. Hard fought as well. Good kills from Icy to have the rebuttal. Stown gets 2 beautiful shots.
Oh, takes a dink on board. Fame no longer wants to commit to that secondary. Oh, fight! Oh my god, it's so... How has he done it? How has he got away with a second before he kills himself?
I don't know, so heroic, but with that death and with Cadian adding a deagle shot, we've got a 3-on-3. Players from Virtus.pro scaling up towards the bomb train. Those back calls smoked off behind Ivy. Icy coming in, and Stair can stop the bomb. Oh, this would be a tough shot.
It would be, especially now he's taking a few steps back.
Yeah, you can't really stop it. You might be able to slow it down.
Speaking of slowing down, VP do exactly that. They don't like how chaotic it is at the moment, and they realize they've got a minute on the clock.
They actually don't know what's happening. They actually don't know where Astralis truly is. I mean, this is kind of a pause, and everyone look for someone pushing. Everyone look for something. They're in relatively safe positions as well. Flamus over at Heaven, or under Heaven, I should say, behind the bomb train. You've got E-Box player. You've got Flit, who's been working Pop Dog now towards inner just to chuck a fake. So once Astralis to feel like they're going to be walking down lower ramp behind this smoke, but nobody's biting on it.
"19 seconds.
Oh, he can stop it.
Oh, he can stop it! Oh, body shots just at the last second. Get that kill. So now the bomb can be picked up once more. Flit protecting, but once again, they have to cancel the plant. Comes down to a 1v1. Gotta get that bomb again. 4 seconds. Now it's about the kill. He's run out of time. Stair just hides away. And in doing so, has won the round. Flit will get the kill at the end, but VP running the time down, losing track of the bomb, and Astralis given one to play with.
And not having the resources, not having the manpower to watch every single angle. That...
Take a nice little breather. Sit back. And get into the fights as Device is pushed all the way up the stairs.
Not too much of a breather. This is a dangerous round with these Tech 9s. There's a little bit of... There's a few smokes on top of it. If Stown pushes into this, Electronic has the read of the possibility. Does he just hold this angle? Pushes out a little bit more. Stown doesn't want that fight. Not against the Tech 9.
Electronic wants it, though.
Well, this would be huge information. If he can find out Stair is here without dying... So smoke on the stairs and they back off because Astralis decide to execute an Ivy push in the mid-round. That's Cadian progressing towards T-spawn right now. He'll have a good timing on this wrap. They need to delay inside the bomb site. Stair coming back through Pop.
Ooh. Here they come though, double peeking in towards him. He does a lot of damage, but not a kill from Stair. 20 seconds left on the clock. VP are going to try and finish B this time. But Astralis have 2 players here, so this is still very solid for Astralis. There might be a situation where they can run the clock down, make it messy towards the end here for VP. As Yabby's waiting for that cross, they're trying to plant, and will it be denied? Icy trying to get away with it. This time the bomb does go down, and Cadian will give his position away coming down ramp. 2 remaining players, both low, but Electronic peeks to the open.
That's a crazy round to win considering how things started for Virtus.pro getting locked in T-spawn, and you feel like they've just got to be so angry. Device is dead.
Yeah, he definitely is. Flit catches the gap. 50 seconds on the clock. 4v5 to try and stay alive and Stare on the double kill. Yabby follows suit, and this is not over yet.
Great timing on that for Astralis. VP took a very long time without really showing presence on the map. Really, Flit's lurk was the only active stage of it. Box controls with 3, but you held it for so long into the round that Astralis was sick of waiting. Not enough eyes spread out to hold back that push. And Virtus.pro going to be held off of a series victory, held away from the playoffs for at least another round. Plenty of money for Virtus.pro to buy back up and try again. Icy Zop gonna go for an early peek, and he's got the kill. Device just peeks out before that smoke plumes and sandwich, and that's an early advantage for VP.
Back-to-back frustrating rounds here for Device. He got flanked from Flit in the last round, instantly taken down in the start of this one. Stalin pushing into main again. This time actually goes to the smoke.
And actually, I mean, I don't mind the risk at this point. And it's worked out beautifully. Flit might just be a free kill. Oh, is he clearing? Is he this aware?
Dude, if he clears this. Oh, Mike, he does more than clear it, Jason. I'm so mad if I'm down.
That's what a lifetime of being a solo player will do to you. You're just paranoid about everything at all times.
You trust no one.
Okay, is he going to check the bomb train? Is he going to be ready for Cadian's fight? Close to Z, sees nobody. Wrapping around, all down to timing of where Cadian's peeking. Oh,
Cadian
Flit.
gone. Flit is just taking them through.
He's won the game. He's just booked Virtus.pro's ticket to the playoffs.
Icy goes down on the cross. A little bit of a gap here for Yabby to play with. Goes out again, but Flit wins that fight as well. 20 kills, 8 deaths. What a map from Flit, and he even closes it with the HE grenade. Virtus.pro heading into the playoffs. This is a squad that have had some highs and lows, but for Astralis, their run in Romania